Hey, how's my favourite manifester getting on over there? Right, this video, I wanted to share with you one of the most important words in the human language when it comes to the law of attraction. And this is something, again, that my teacher didn't spend too much time on this, but he definitely mentioned it and said, when the opportunity arises, use this word and you will see things change. And it really has. So the word is yes. It's nice and simple. Yes, and the reason why this is one of the most valuable words in the human language when it comes to the law of attraction is the universe it has created this consciousness, it has created this experience that you and I are in, so it can learn about itself. If you imagine that the universe is just one thing, if it's just one thing, then it's always going to be one thing. It can't grow. It can't grow from one thing because there's only one thing. That it is whole. Right? So it knows everything within itself. When it separates, things change. There's now two different things. One is here, the other is here. There's a separation already. There's a difference. From there, it can start studying those differences and it expands, right? And it just the more it expands, the more differences there are. And it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, and it just grows beyond belief. So when you say yes to things, that's what happens in your life. You are this person with this holistic vibration. When you say no to something, you generally keep your vibration as it is. You don't shut it down, it just stays as it is. But when you say yes to something that you haven't tried before, your vibration changes. Okay? When you've just, that time, if you're the sort of person that normally says no to things, just by saying yes once, your vibration changes. When you go through this experience, it changes even more. So this is why it's great to try new things, to do a karate lesson, to take a cooking lesson, to go rock climbing. Even if you just think, I wouldn't like that, I don't think that's for me, you give it a go and your vibration changes, and it's never a bad thing. You even know that it's something that you really don't like, which is rare. I mean, when has that ever really happened? People are going to give me thousands of reasons and moments now, aren't they, in the comments below. When you say yes to things, you have these new experiences and it just expands your vibration. You just have an awareness of so much more stuff. And people, like, how many people do you know that get to like 21, 22, 23 and they're like, I'm going to go traveling, I want to explore the world. That is that innate feeling inside themselves that they want to expand. They want to experience new things. They want to try new stuff. And then you have some people that when they're traveling, they just go off the beaten track. Then they expand even more. Then there's some people that'll go traveling and they just don't come back, and they're just expanding in that situation entirely, and they'll live all around the world. And you always find that the more you can expand your vibration, just the more knowledge you seek up, the more knowledge you soak up. That's why reading books and things are so fantastic, especially autobiographies. Find someone who has had like this really fantastic adventure, this fantastic journey, and they've written an autobiography. That will expand your vibration like beyond belief. It'll be absolutely insane. Like as I say this, right? Two books that's sitting beneath me now. Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, so the guy that created Nike, and the autobiography of Martin Luther King. As soon as I read both of these books, I will be a different person. My vibration will have changed, and it will change for a time being. Of course, so I mean, once I read this, I've not even flicked through the pages. I know my vibration will change once I read this, right? There's no two ways about it. It has to change. And if I then act on what I learn, if I take an action, then that goes some way to concrete in that vibration, that truth. And it just grows from there, right? So you say yes. So do I want to buy the book? Yes. Do I want to read the book? Yes. Do I read the book? Yes. Do I get anything interesting from it? Yes. Do I take action on it? Yes. All those yeses, just think of the journey you've taken, where instead if it got to a point where, do I want to buy the book? No. Just think of that adventure that you've just shut down in seconds, right? So I'm not saying you need to say yes to everything, obviously, but every once in a while, just say yes to something that's just a bit odd. And if you set the intention, if you say to the universe, what could we set? What's an interesting intention? Anything you like, really. Just if you want to find your greatness in life, or if you just want to have this real elevated experience of life, tell the universe, say, right, this is what I want. I want you to sprinkle these things on me as I go through life. So just give me these little moments. Every now and then you'll find someone who'll say, oh, I really recommend you reading this book. And I get this all the time now. And then you can pick and choose the ones that you actually go for and the ones that you listen to. Literally, I'd say every single day, people that I know, that I trust, I probably get between 3 and 5 suggestions of things I can say yes to every single day. Now, you said, that's what's grown that bookcase. It all started, I used to hate books. I used to think, why would you read a book? Like, I've left school now. The last thing I want to be doing is reading more books. But I was watching a video on, it might have even been on YouTube, years ago. And the person I was watching sold me on the ideas of reading books. He didn't talk about expanding my vibration. He talked about expanding my mind. And I just thought, you know what, that's a really good idea. Why didn't I think of that? If I read a book, this Martin Luther King's life up until the point that he wrote this book, I'm going to get. That's absolutely fascinating. People have experienced these huge things. They've spent 10, 15, 20 years studying, practicing, perfecting something, and then they write a book about it. So I already know. They're like, if I'd have done this, and this, I'd have cut out 10 years and done this in one. Why would you not want to know that knowledge? The whole knowledge of the world exists. Any problem that you have, it's there. It's all available. So with this in mind, I'm going to create this little mini course that you can take just to set an intention and clear away your blocks and start manifesting this thing. So there's going to be a link beneath this video to it. So what do you say to it? Do you say yes or do you say no? This is where you get the opportunity to expand. You experience something new. I remember once I went to a Tony Robbins event. It's a 3-day event. And it was something that I could have easily said no to because it was expensive. And it's 3 days. And it's literally, you are go, all day, every day. And I said yes to it. I was very nervous about it. But I'll remember that 3-day event for as long as I live. That changed my vibration. It was like, if I'm like this asteroid heading in one direction, a bigger asteroid just come and smashed into me and sent me somewhere else, somewhere that I much prefer going, right? Somewhere really interesting. That's what that was like. And to get to there, I said yes to smaller things along the way. So I did these smaller things so I could learn to experience it, so I could decide whether it was somewhere that I wanted to go. And you build that momentum of yeses. Next thing you know, you're you're at a 3-day event. You're up virtually all night, feeling absolutely fantastic, learning things that change your life. It's brilliant. Yes, really is. It's the biggest word. It is one of the biggest words for sure. So yeah, I'll put that link below. Give it a go. What have you got to lose? You say yes to something, you open up to a whole new possibility. It's like you're opening a door when you say yes to something. You get to look inside and think, oh wow, this is interesting. Do I want to carry on down this route, or do I want to stay in the room that I'm in? It's entirely up to you, my friend. Yeah, that's it. All right, I'll speak to you later. Bye-bye.